Good morning, everybody. Sorry I didn't get to this yesterday. I'm sure you weren't all really chomping at the bit to get to the video or anything, but I apologize. I got tied up all day, and then by last night, I was like, ugh, forgot to send the video out. So I'll get it today, and it's all good. A couple of things, most of which I highlighted on week 12 and also on the announcement page. So you should be able to go there to find what you need as far as the information. But I wanted to address a couple of things. First, I'm still looking at your evaluations of the multimodal. What I want you to think about is how differently we encounter argument. More often than not these days, we see argument less in print and more in other genres. So multiple genres, whether it's a podcast or a TED Talk type format, a public service announcement, advertisements. We respond very well to those because that's the media. Then those are the platforms that we seem to encounter most frequently or that we have the most time for. We see them sometimes through satire. Watch The Daily Show, you watch Saturday Night Live, you get some political commentary that way. You get messages and information and arguments through all those various platforms. So that's, I think, what I want you to start thinking about. We're going to do this. We have a couple of different things to do. This is the end. Like, this is what we're going to work on for the next month. You like how I say we and it's you, but you know what I mean. Okay, so for the next month, what you're going to do, you're going to begin by creating a website. That's your job this week. You're going to go to Wix.com. It's free. I want you to set up a platform, a sharing platform. And I want you to think about it this way. Once you create it, think about the links that you'll be providing because basically that's going to house your general subject matter. So if you looked at vaccinations, Sophia, you look at vaccinations. So, you can title it, label it, however you like. One of the links, one of the connections from that homepage is going to be your capstone essay. One of the links from that homepage is going to be your annotated bibliography for further reading. Think about how you would connect those things. Other pieces of that are going to include maybe like a blog entry. It's going to include the multimodal facet that you're going to for sure create your public service announcement for a specific audience. Okay, so maybe, for example, again, I'm just using vaccinations. Sophia, maybe one of your links, one of your ties is for parents, and you create a video appealing to parents why they should vaccinate. Or maybe one of your links is college students, why get the flu vaccine, and then you make that appeal. You have a very specific audience. You don't have to include all of the information that your capstone houses because this time you're tailoring it, you're modifying it, you're saying, here's my audience, here's what I know about my audience, here's what my audience needs to know. Here are the rhetorical appeals that are going to best work for this targeted audience. So you're going to be making those determinations, okay? That's where I want you to start at least thinking as you begin making these decisions. I've given you some suggestions, and then I've also provided inside that module a bunch of links to font and color schemes and things like that. So if you were going to do a multi-genre, so a different genre, or many genres, but different genre than just writing, maybe you're going to do a brochure. You would have to design that, go to Publish and see what they look like, see which colors are most effective. If you're pulling images or songs or anything from outside, they have to be copyright free. So I've posted some links to that. You can go to different places where free images, free commons. I don't want you to purchase anything, but you have to have the copyright for those. You can't just randomly use an AC/DC song because you want to. Not that I can think of a reason to use an AC/DC song, but that's a whole other thing. Okay, so start thinking along those lines, and that's where we're going to be moving. Targeting an audience who needs to hear your argument. Okay, concussions. All right, so if you're looking at CTEs, who needs to hear more about that? Do you want to direct a specific audience to parents, or do you want it to be to players? Do you want it to be to coaches? Do you want it to be to trainers? Think about that. It could be any of those groups, but you're going to target a specific group because your appeals will change based on the group that you are, of course, trying to persuade. Think about what you want to say. So a lot of this is going to require you to just process what you're working toward, what you want to happen in this other medium, this other mode. And you're going to choose 2 of those. You can follow all of this, of course, on the assignment sheet, but I want you to just start thinking. Don't wait. For now, create your website. I will be, I'm going to actually open a discussion board and ask you to post the link to your website. I know that it's not ready yet, but I just want the link to it. And that way everybody will have them, because we'll have a pseudo presentation at the end where everybody can access your website and see what kinds of great things you did for your researched argument. The equivalent, I guess, of what a presentation would have been. I could probably work that in, but I'm not going to. Too late. I'm not going to make you guys present and record it. But maybe next time I do this online. So create your website. I'll email everybody and remind you to post the link to the discussion board, a separate discussion board, so that we can access it. And then next week we'll start adding. Okay, you'll start working toward adding the components and identifying in the images and what you use and how you're going to lay it out. Think about the visual appeal. Aesthetically, we respond to strong visuals. Different colors have different values and meanings and draw or elicit different emotions. So think a lot about how you want to put this together. All right, so I think that's where I'm going to end for now. I'll probably be back on with you before too long. I know we're getting really close to the end, so hang in there. Don't forget about your, excuse me, hot topic for the week. I love reading those. Some of you are just doing an outstanding job. I love seeing what you can do within a couple of paragraphs and presenting your position and then the feedback. I love that you're thinking about it. And I was just telling a colleague of mine, we were having coffee, and I said, gosh, I wish I had you guys face to face, because I think our conversations would be so great. But I love that you're doing it online too, so I appreciate it. All right, folks, have a great day. Stay warm. Very cold out there.